Okay, so today, Monday, shit, had to take a test at school today. And was I ready? Yes and no. But I woke up on a good foot, you know, try to put a little pep in my step. Anyway, I was supposed to go get a massage, but she was like, can you do it tomorrow? And I was like, cool. Because what I was trying to do today, get my brows done, I was able to do it today, so I'm free tomorrow. So that's cool. But my mom went, and she was like, so I called her, and I came home at 8. I studied a little bit, and then I turned on Tubi and I took a nap. The mechanic calls, not about my shit, about my mama call. I am woke me up out of my nap, and he was like, "What's up? You don't even sound like yourself." And I was like, "Damn, this is my mechanic. It's not my therapist, my mechanic." And I was like, how life be life and this shit. But I'm straight because my car, we cool. And he was like, well, tell your mama I'll be going out of town. He was like, but you sound like you need a hug. I was like, shit, you're right. I'm going to get up with you. And so I thought about how some people who don't know you can send you exactly what you need. So the lady who do my brows, she's been doing them for 17 years. And damn, it was the way we used that date to calculate when I started coming to her. It was 2009, the year my father and my brother passed away 4 months apart. So, there's some trust, and I'm trusting you with my eyes and this. And she told me today, she said, and she's been like an aunt to me, because I brought my mom to her, the girls go to her, and so she's like family. And she said, your brows taught me how they wanted to be shaped. And I was like, are you serious? Because I apparently took after my grandmother, and my brows, I don't have any eyebrows or much. She make it do what it do, baby. And so even when the dye phase, they still have the same arch. Nobody else can do it like that except her. And so when I went to her, she does the eyebrow threading. When I went to her in the beginning, I wasn't hopeful, but everybody else had messed me up. And not having eyebrows is a challenge. Everybody who sees them that does eyebrows, like, I can fix them. And I'm like, no, you cannot. It's only one lady that can do them. And I'll never forget, we were in Florida, and the lady was like, I bet you I could do it. And I was like, you can't. And the girls was like, she can't, but be of sport, just let her try. And after she got through, I hated them so bad. She was like, do you like them? I said, no, I don't. And I told you in the beginning I wasn't. There's only one. Like, she's the only person that can do it. And so the first time she did it, she was so confident that she knew how to do it. And, because I used to do it myself. I used to go, to the shop to get it done. So I know, kind of where my arch. And she was like, that's not where your natural arch is. Let me show you. And then, but she was so confident the first time she did them that I was convinced she knew what she was doing. But she was like, your brows taught me how they wanted to be arched. And she just told me that today after 17 years. And I was like, really? I was like, you just knew. And she was like, just like family now. So she was like, no, I just got better, doing them over the last 17 years. And when she's not in town, I won't really go because the razors give me a little bit of anxiety. And I know she knows. So I even asked her, I was like, okay, if you're not in the country, who in there can I go? And I've asked her several times. And several different ones have tried, but they have all fallen short. Nobody can do it like she can do it. And she's watched the girls grow up. And she's just become like family to me. But I was thinking earlier about being a daddy's girl, she said 17 years ago, and so that means 17 years ago next month will be when I lost my dad. And I was thinking earlier, my daddy used to say things like, I was a very picky eater, still am. I'm pescatarian, but I've started back eating chicken because I failed. And when I failed, the first comfort food that I ran to was chicken, so I can fail myself. But I know if I wanted to stop, I could probably stop. I don't want to stop right now. It's so accessible, but I know it's not good for me. And so my dad would say, he was an old Alabama man, like very, very true to the heart Alabama man. And he would say, I forgot to put my microphone on. He would say, you'll eat some shit if you get hungry enough. And I was like, not me, partner, not me. And this was the same man that was telling me I couldn't be picky at what I wanted to eat. But when he, like every Friday, we would get food to eat and eat together as a family every Friday. Nobody's cooking on Friday. My dad is bringing dinner and we eat dinner as a family. That's the one thing that was consistent throughout my childhood in the house with my father. And when he would buy something that I didn't eat, he would get me something different. So if all of them were getting a fish sandwich, and he would give me a chicken wing plate because they had burnt me out on fried fish. They fried fish all the time, every day, every time I look up. I remember throwing up and being like, I'm never eating fried fish again. And I stopped until I got my braces on, and that's when I ate some fish, and I said my daddy was right. I'll eat anything if you're hungry enough. And I knew the fish would melt, with the braces. I won't have to chew it up. But my dad was the great baker. Like, everybody loved his red velvet cakes, and they would drive from, 40 miles, 40 minutes, an hour away around Christmas time to buy one of these red velvet cakes. I don't like red velvet, so he made me chocolate. But he's the same man that told me I couldn't have it my way, but he gave me my way. It's something amazing about being a daddy's girl, and I wish everybody could experience that. And I've experienced it so much that I've taken it into adulthood. I was raised by a strong black man that even though he was strong in his lessons, he was still soft in his blessings and in his ways. I remember him giving me money before I got on the road to go take my cosmetology license exam, and he was in the hospital, and I had to stop at the hospital before I got on the road, and he was sick. But it was an amazing experience to be loved by a strong black man, be daddy's little princess. I love that type of relationship, and I like to see it. And I witnessed it, recently in a way that I never thought was even possible. And I am honored to be sitting in front row and be the bridge for the two of them. So stay tuned, because that's another story, but it's amazing. But I say all that to say is blood doesn't always make you family, and relatives don't always have a relationship. Just some food for thought.